Have the Yankees found a true gem, a middle of the lineup? You talked about this in the beginning of the year again, and you were right about this. They think that he could be a middle of the lineup type of bat. He looks like it. He looks the part, and he's damn impressive. And I just think he knows and has a good sense about how to play baseball the right way.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I've been on him pretty much from the moment they brought him up last year, and certainly all of this year. Just the at-bats are good. He has good at-bats, even when he strikes out looking, and he does that quite a bit. I always feel like he's like decided what his at-bat should look like. He drags the at-bat in a way, and he's kind of taken Austin Wells' job. When Austin Wells was going well last year, these were the at-bats for Austin Wells. They went deep. When he made out, it was still like you were like, that was a good at-bat. Like Austin Wells stopped having good at-bats. I don't know what's happened to him. Feels like there was a cheat code that was kind of discovered late last year, especially like if you have heat upstairs against Austin Wells, you could go get him. Heat doesn't seem to beat Ben Rice. He's happy to deal with your best. He just has really, really good at bats. Really good at bats. And look, if the Yankees could get Judge back in the outfield, and I'll fall into the I'll believe it when I see it category there, because I think the Yankees, I'm sorry to say, are almost always completely full of shit on this subject. Like even on the catching thing, when Boone is asked if Wells has kind of lost, like there's just a lack of transparency on all things. And I think it's worse on Judge than anybody else. So I think, when Judge, it was like, I think a fractured thumb against the Royals, was it Jacob Junis a couple of years ago, like 5-6, when he missed a period of time. I think that the Yankees said something like, we think it's a 6-week injury or 7-week injury, whatever. And it took a little longer for Judge to come back. And I think Judge has claimed that he took some crap for that. Now, did he? I don't remember that. Like, did he? And also, like, who did he take it from? Bob 359 Yankee fan, Long Island? Or from somebody legitimate? Like, if you go looking for reasons to have a chip on your shoulder and nonsense, you could always find it. So they're treating Judge's return to action as if they're nuclear launch codes, as opposed to a guy in right field. And by the way, I don't think the paranoia around your best player helps the overall spirit of your team.
Nope.
Either. I think the captain of the team should realize that, and realize that, like, everyone who is mature beyond a kindergarten level will understand if the Yankees say, we think he's in a 7-day to 10-day period where he might be able to come back. And if there's a setback, then there's a setback. Say there's a setback. Hey, you had a setback. We're going to push it back a few days. Instead, it's all treated. It creates a tension that doesn't need to be there. It's an unforced error. It's an unforced error by around the most important player on the team, which, like, then there's trickle down where everyone feels they should protect this information again, like it's nuclear launch codes. It's not worth their time and energy. Somebody should stand up to Judge and on the team and say, come on, we let them know when Anthony Volpe's playing. We could let them know when you're the most important player in the sport. Like, let's let people in on, like, people want to buy tickets.
Yeah.
I'm coming down from Schenectady. Is Aaron Judge playing today? Like, people have a right to know this. This is commerce. If I buy a Broadway ticket, if I can know ahead of time if the star is going to be in the show or their understudy, it costs me a lot to spend the day there. So anyway, I went off topic a little bit there. Yeah.
With Ben Rice. So
Ben Rice.
We were talking about Ben Rice. The reason why you went on Judge. Yes.
If Judge could get out to right field.
Correct.
And you have the Judge, Rice, Stanton, middle of the lineup. Now that's kind of very like old-fashioned, base at a time, pretty much middle of the lineup, but I'd still let the other team figure out how to navigate that. And I think what would be fascinating is, at full strength, has Rice now earned the get in the middle of that, as opposed to putting Stanton and Judge Stanton back to back? Or is that only against righty starters? Whatever it is, I think the fact that we're talking about, should Ben Rice be put in between these two guys, says a lot about where Ben Rice has graduated. The at bats now, every team's going to go to school now on Ben Rice
Mm-hmm.
again, and he's made some adaptations to the adaptations already, and it's been pretty good. He's a tough out. He's a tough out. You've got to make pitches to get him out.
Yeah, and he's hitting the hell again. He's hitting the ball hard, which I really appreciate, and he's putting it in play when he needs to. And I hope he has earned that starting catcher role, especially if they're facing a tough righty, because I just don't trust Austin Wells. Like Austin Wells, for all intents and purposes, regressed this year,
Big
and
time.
it's
I'm
disappointing.
still I'm not going to give up on that because I thought for a year and a half from the end of 23 till about through the August of last year, I just thought whatever the results were, Wells had terrific at bats. He felt like a captain of the team, like he was felt very much in charge when he was catching. And from the last month of last season into the postseason into this year, something has been lost there. Now it's possible it's been lost for good. Maybe it's Miguel Andujar or Greg Bird or that kind of thing where it's like shot up and then shot down really quickly.
Yeah,
But the at bats were really good for an extended period. And the feel of leadership as the catcher was really good for an extended period. And that's not one I would give up on while understanding that these are precious games and Rice has now earned the right. Rice needs to be in the lineup, if not 10 out of 10 games, then 9 out of 10 games between first base and catcher.
yeah, and
Like, I think that's what he's earned.
that's the other part of the equation, right, Joel? Because you mentioned the DH, you mentioned the middle of the lineup, but it's also the first base part because he has that
Yep.
versatility to play first. While it's not a Gold Glove Paul Goldschmidt caliber, he can still play a solid first base. Has he earned the right to play versus a tough righty at first base if you really wanted to get him in there no matter what?
Yeah. I think he now starts 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, I think that there's a way that teams, I remember, I want to say it was the Cubs kind of overstacked their team one year with 10 guys who all should have been starters. And one of their people sat down and said, what we're going to do is, like, I know it looks hard to you, but like the least any of these guys will do is play 7 out of 10 games. Here's how. And he showed me on a piece of paper how it could be done. And I think if you think of Dominguez, Grisham, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Rice, like that combination, it's like, okay, Dominguez has probably reached a point where, especially if it's a lefty starter, he doesn't start. So he's 7 or 8 out of 10. Grisham is 7 or 8 out of 10. Bellinger and Rice are 9 or 10 out of 10. Like what we've seen this season is the graduation of like Bellinger and Rice in particular
Yeah.
of that group of players to play in the most games.